Across the globe, nuclear scientists are vanishing. They disappear without a trace. No witnesses, no evidence. Who is behind these abductions? They were the best in their field. Then, no trace, no explanation. The world is on edge. Now, one man is on the case. The stakes have never been higher.
You've no doubt been following the news about the missing UFO scientists, and the story is heating up. Donald Trump is even commenting on it and saying that we got a real problem with this. Okay. The missing nuclear official became the 10th person tied to a dark pattern around U.S. secrets gone missing, right in time for the vice president to tell me that aliens are demons, for Barack Obama to say that aliens are real, for Donald Trump to say that Barack Obama disclosed classified information, and to declare that we need to release all of the files. And we just heard that there's going to be a transparency event unlike anything we've ever seen. Okay? Along with the Trump family saying that Trump has a aliens reveal speech locked and loaded. Okay? Got it, right? Another person with links to America's nuclear secrets has gone missing. A disturbing list of death and disappearances in recent years continue to grow. Stephen Garcia is 48. He vanished without a trace. He was last seen leaving Albuquerque, New Mexico. An anonymous source told the Daily Mail that Garcia was a government contractor. He was working at the National Security Campus, a major facility in Albuquerque that plays key behind-the-scenes role in America's national defense. It manufactures more than 80% of all non-nuclear components that go into building the nuclear weapons. Garcia served as a property custodian at the New Mexico facility. He had a top secret clearance. He left his home on foot carrying only a handgun. Well, that's strange because, like, this guy right here, William McNeil Costland, he left his home on foot without any electronic devices, carrying only a handgun. As did this woman right here. What the hell is that about? This is the dude, and he just completely disappeared. Days after Garcia's disappearance, they reported there's a desperate search, and his whereabouts has not been found. He left his computer, he left his phone. It's a little strange that people keep disappearing. I mean, he literally just walked off from the desert with a firearm and a water bottle, and that was it. He says the same thing as the Air Force retired General Neil Costland. He just poof, vanished. Same thing right here. These are the Los Alamos scientists, and these scientists apparently had literal evidence of UFOs. Look, get a load of this. Senior cybersecurity official at one of America's most secretive nuclear laboratories died several years ago, leaving behind files that an insider claimed was classified UFOs. He never intended it to become public. The documents described as containing internal memos, scientific reports, and historic images from Los Alamos National Laboratory. He was former head of cybersecurity. The lab is located in northern New Mexico. The official deaths, they've been turned over here to Jeremy Corbell, who we like a lot. He's supposed to be joining the show sometime soon. Look like this. He claims proof of UFOs, photos, drawings, objects. What is it? I don't know, man. I know the White House is now signing off on it. Trump's saying this is a real problem.
Classified stuff, nuclear material, aerospace, they've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here? And do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left the meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff. But we're going to be hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, if you whatever you want to call it. But some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next short period.
There are these 10 missing scientists with
So Trump says it's extremely dark, it's weird, and that he's doing briefings on this. They've all been found dead or missing. He's doing briefings? He says he just left a meeting about the disappearance of 10 nuclear scientists, reportedly had access to classified nuclear materials. Some of them were very important people. Worth looking into, says the White House. Okay. The White House has broken their silence on the disturbing trend of deaths and disappearances of scientists with knowledge of America's biggest secrets. During Wednesday's briefing in the White House, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked for the first time about it. When asked, the Trump administration, the press secretary said, "I've spoken to relevant agencies about it. I'm going to look into it and get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something that the government and administration would deem looking into," she says. All right. Yikes.
They've gone missing or died. Material.
Get into our relevant agencies about it. I will certainly do that and we'll get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something I think this government and administration would deem worth looking into.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're worth looking into all of the scientists missing. 10 disappearances in the last 2 years centered around nuclear weapons, fusion energy, advanced propulsion, rocket material, asteroid tracking. It seems mainly to be clustered around New Mexico. What's the deal? Too much to be a coincidence, especially those two guys who wandered off into the desert with guns, and that's just it. Nearly a dozen of America's top scientists have died or disappeared. Hallmarks of a foreign operation. These are some of the most advanced scientists working on our nation's critical secrets. Somebody needs to keep saying it. We need to stop pretending that the scientists are weak, ineffectual, or of no experience, or redundant. Poorly paid, precarious scientists are of great interest to many, us, our allies, and other guys too. Let's figure this out, says Eric Weinstein. Disappearing scientists, military personnel tied to advanced research projects continues to grow. Congress must seek answers. This is getting top line news coverage here.
Suddenly vanished, and now some lawmakers are calling for an investigation. Brooke Taylor is live from Dallas with more. I've been sort of following this, but I'm looking forward to your report so I can better understand it.
Hi, Dana. Well, there's definitely a lot of questions surrounding this because at least 10 of those scientists, military officials, and employees, as you mentioned, who are tied to America's most sensitive nuclear and space programs have either just vanished or disappeared in the last few years. So we hope we'll break this down for you. We put this together. The cases span from July 2023 to now. In some, deaths remain unexplained or lack full public detail. In others, sudden disappearances with few answers. So check out some of these cases. Most recently, retired Air Force General William McCaslin
vanished by going off into literally disappearing off into the desert. Just disappearing into the desert. Tim Burchett was on our program talking about this as Pete Hegseth nears the UFO deadline. Tim Burchett is saying, no, this is a real problem. I know these guys. Some of these guys were testifying before my committee. And I think that there's foul play involved. I trust Tim Burchett, and you should too. Here we go.
DOP suggests there might be a conspiracy play. Well, they ought to start thinking there is because the FBI shows up when the guy's missing. He had everybody's thinking it's UFO, but he had some nuclear secrets. There's just too many of them disappeared, Benny. Nothing happens by coincidence in this town or around this town. Something's going on. It was the week after the president announced he was going to start releasing some of those files too. So America needs to start paying attention.
Some of the UFO files?
Yep. And that may be coincidental, but we had several folks have left this earth or disappeared that had some close proximity to a lot of that. And that's been going on for a while. That's nothing new.
Do you have any direct knowledge? I mean, you've gone into these classified briefings. Do you have any direct knowledge of this? Did you know any of these guys?
Possibly.
So you're telling me that right after President Trump said to declassify all the UFO stuff, that the UFO experts that you have personal knowledge of and that you have personal connection to, they've gone missing or wound up dead?
Well, one did, the one everybody's looking for, and it's pretty... Yeah, I don't know the circumstances. He left with a 38 in his holster, and you're never going to convince me otherwise. I don't care what they find. I don't care what they find at this point. My wife said it the other day, how does somebody disappear in this day and age? How do they disappear?
So it looks like this is...
I just think there's a lot going on. We got to get to the bottom of it, and and I talked to the president about that. He asked me what I thought, and I said, Mr. President, I think it's like just like an onion. You just keep peeling it back. There's that lady right there. She had metallurgical knowledge, some of our missiles and stuff, and it's just too much, Benny. Too much is going on right now.
Advanced aerospace propulsion and plasma physics, fusion and rocket tech is the individual who's recently gone missing. Well, that sure as hell sounds like working on the UFO project, right?
Yeah. Well, in every department, and I see NASA right there, and NASA says they don't have anything. We don't have any files. We don't have any. Well, what the heck did I get briefed on by those knuckleheads? I'm over it. I'm over it. We're not going to get this. And when I'm told in a setting that the president is on some of this stuff is on a need to know basis, I mean, what the heck does that mean?
Start keeping it.
That's the issue right there.
They're withholding from the commander in chief information.
I think so. 100% do. And I don't know how you get it back. I mean, what do you fire a whole department? I mean, everybody said, yeah, you ought to do that. Well, you can't do that. There's national security implications. There's all this other stuff. So you got to put the people in charge. I think that's what Trump's done. And that's another reason they want him out. One of these old timers up here in both parties don't like it because he's rocked their boats, upset their little retirement plans.
I know you got to go, Congressman. But you're telling me that Independence Day is like the scene in Independence Day where the president walks down in Area 51 and they're like, oh, this was just a need to know basis. Well, why the hell didn't you tell me? This is a need to know basis. You're telling me that's real?
I don't think it's quite like that. You'd have too many people that would know. You can't keep anything secret these days, but you could have one. You could in the old days. I mean, you could. I mean, I had a guy discuss with me something that happened to him in the 50s, and he was told not to talk about it, and he just wanted to get it off his chest, I guess, before he passed. But I don't think it's quite like that. I don't think they're at Area 51 or whatever. I think that's just too obvious.
No, I'm just saying, like, the scene itself. They tell the president, well, we didn't tell you because it's a need to know basis, and you don't need to know. Yeah,
I think that's right. I think that is clearly right, because you're never going to get to the base of these people unless the Lord takes them out.
Incredible.